Ever since the streaming wars started and these platforms started fighting over individual streamers, there has been lots of talks about Twitch falling off as the streaming leader. Now, we haven't really seen that happen yet, although I do think in the future, in 5, 10 years, I think Twitch isn't going to be super sustainable and YouTube is going to win the battle long term just because of the platform differences of YouTube being able to be profitable and have the VOD system and the ad platform, whereas Twitch doesn't have that and has to build it out, which is a very difficult thing to do. And we can see right here that Twitch accounted for the majority of total hours watched and the total hours streamed. So both the majority being Twitch, although YouTube obviously getting a much bigger chunk out of the total hours watched category while not having necessarily the total hours streamed, which does mean if you stream on Twitch or if you stream on YouTube, you will get more viewership than if you were to stream on Twitch. Not to mention the discoverability on YouTube actually exists, whereas discoverability on Twitch is non-existent. I think over time, we're going to see YouTube continue to take market share, continue to chip away at this, and Twitch become less and less. It's going to take some more time, but eventually I think it's going to be a battle between Twitch and YouTube. Facebook is pretty much irrelevant here. They really don't have anything really going for them. But there is a new competitor in the live streaming world, and that is Kick.com. And you might think to yourself that this looks very familiar. This website layout, everything looks very familiar. And you would be right, because if you look at Kick and then you look at Twitch, my gosh, they look almost identical. Now, the good thing is this is actually unique code. Ludwig actually has someone who works for him as a software engineer, and he said that he had him look into it, and it is actually original code.
I had my software engineer, Otto, who I've hired full-time, look into this for me. I said, is this a direct rip? And no, it is unique code with some pre-built assets. Apparently some images that might be taken from DLive and some UI UX features inspired by Twitch.
So although this looks extremely similar to Twitch, there are some pretty key differences. One being that the number one category is slots. So that's a little bit different here. Gambling, the main focus of the website. And there's a point for that that's going to be coming up later. But if you look at the similarities between them, is because they're actually built off of the back of the same system that Amazon offers, which is this right here, IVS, which is the video service for live streaming, live video service that Amazon offers to people to allow them to build out platforms like Kick right here. But the big problem here is what Kick says is their goal, which this is Trainwrecks tweet longer talking about it, which is having some good things in here, like saying he's going to work with the team to help creators succeed where Twitch has failed, starting with a 95% split for all subscriber income to creators, which is a great thing. Obviously, the more money you can get to the creator, the better, because it's going to make everyone more happy. And saying everyone gets a sub button, 95/5 splits, and 95% of all subscriber income going to the streamer, and 100% of all tips made on Kick called kicks will go to the streamer, same day withdrawal, which again sounds great. How they're going to be able to do this for so long is probably because of who they're backed by. But looking at the kicks thing here, this is like the bits equivalent, saying that $1 of kicks, whatever you put $1 in for $1 of kicks, you get $1's worth. Whereas on Twitch, the bit system is you put $1 in, or you put $1.30 in, and you get $1 worth of bits. Twitch kind of rakes in that as some sort of profit to try and make some money. And here saying same day withdrawals, that kind of makes it sound like maybe they're going to try and do some crypto thing, which if they launch their own crypto token, I mean, this whole thing would be, just such a terrible thing. But same day withdrawals is only really possible with a crypto, I would think, because banking and wires and ACH transfers, those take multiple days. You're not going to get same day stuff. So maybe they've had it figured out. But one of the big things here that is going to be a massive problem for Kick that they're laying out right here, saying you will wonder how these splits are possible. Twitch has led people to believe that subscriptions are a big revenue driver for their company. That's why they tell creators they can't give them a 70-30 split. But subscriptions are a tiny amount of revenue for live streaming websites. What drives revenue is ads. Kick will partner with the world's leading advertisers to generate cash flow. I believe that creating the best incentives for creators will lead to the best creators to Kick, and the best creators will bring the best advertisers. Kick will stand out because of how it takes care of its creators. So all that sounds great, except for one giant glaring problem, is that Twitch is built off of this same stuff right here, Amazon service. So Twitch gets preferential pricing on those servers. So their cost to run the website Twitch is at a great discounted rate that Amazon basically runs at break even to, because Amazon owns Twitch. But these guys, Kick, are running off of the same exact stuff. So they are going to pay market rates for Amazon service, which is going to mean it's going to be way harder for them to become profitable. And if Twitch can't become profitable being owned by Amazon, how does Kick even stand a chance in this fight? That's a real big glaring problem that I see with this, is their whole model is dependent on this ad structure that is going to be, one, already very difficult to achieve because your costs are going to be higher than Twitch's, and Twitch can't become profitable. They're having problems doing it. That's why they lower their sub split. But on top of that, you aren't going to be able to bring in the best advertisers if on Kick, the biggest platforms are gambling and hot tub streams. There's a reason Twitch banned that and got away from that, is because it scares advertisers away. Advertisers are very aware of their brand and do not want to put their brand at risk. So they're not going to advertise on a platform that is mostly done with gambling or some weird meta hot tub meta is going on. They just don't want to really be associated with that. So that would make sense that they probably wouldn't advertise on Kick, which means the best advertisers aren't going to Kick, which means the most amount of money isn't going there either. So it's going to be a struggle to really get this ad model going down the road, that they're making this like a gambling live stream website. And they do talk about 95-5 splits, which is amazing for creators. It's going to be very difficult for Kick to sustain that, because obviously 95-5 is massive amounts of money to the creator, not to the hosting site. But if you look at how much creators make for every $100 they earn, this is a Devin Nash chart here, and you can see Twitch is down at 50-50. So $100 made, you get to keep 50, Twitch keeps 50. YouTube's at 70-30, you get to keep 70, YouTube takes 30, and then these other ones are way beating the competition. Patreon and Facebook Gaming. Facebook Gaming gives you everything because it's a loss leader. They're trying so desperately to grow it, but it's just not working. So I'd imagine this is going to go away soon, and maybe they give up on Facebook Gaming because I don't know who even really uses that. And much like Facebook Gaming was using this as a loss leader to try and get their adoption up, Kick might be using their service as a loss leader to get people into gambling because they are backed by Stake. You can see CoffeeZilla breaking it, saying Trainwrecks' new platform is owned by, wait for it, Stake. That's why Kick is paying insane creator splits. They're owned by an offshore casino, and it's the reason Train is moving to continue the Stake cash cow, which is interesting why Train didn't tell people that, because it seemed like they were really trying to hide it, that they didn't want people to know that Stake was creating and owned this live streaming platform. And there's a lot of info here, like the Reddits, people connected the Reddit moderators to Stake. There's LinkedIn stuff. There's job offers that are connecting Kick to Stake. So there's a lot of things going on where Stake actually owns Kick. And the reason that they might be launching this is because Twitch banned their meta of advertising their gambling through streamers like Trainwrecks. So now they created their own platform and using it as a loss leader, that this is going to be, they're going to try and attract people here, but they're going to push the Stake logo, the Stake company down onto it and try and get people to come to Stake through there. And that's how they're really going to make their money. This obviously isn't what's happening right now, so no one knows exactly what's going to happen, what the future is, but that is a possible outcome, especially Stake owning this being a major loss leader coming out super for the creators. And the only way they're going to keep that up is if they're going to allow gambling and hot tub meta streams, then they're going to need to get people into their stake casino to try and take their money from them by gambling and making money that way, because they're already at a massive disadvantage against Twitch. They use the same service that Twitch uses, but Twitch gets preferential pricing. Kick is going to have to pay market rates from Amazon. Kick is going to allow gambling and allow the hot tub stuff. Twitch had to really kind of get away from that and try and get it away because advertisers didn't want to advertise on a platform that was doing that. You can see the problems really mounting up for Kick and the more likelihood that they're going to try and use this as a funnel to stake. But we'll see what happens. Competition is always a good thing, so it's never bad to have more competition out there. Maybe it'll make everybody get better, and that's something that, you know, everybody should want. But that's gonna do it for this video. As always, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I'll see you guys in my next video.